Good afternoon and welcome back to another episode of Blue Jay Acres. If you've been following along, you kind of know where we're at, but if not, and you're just joining us, we are right now probably a medium-sized family that's moved out onto 10 acres in rural southwest Ohio, and we are doing our best to create and maintain our homestead, which consists of, as I'm looking around, 3 kittens, 3 cows, 40 chickens, I think, yeah, and a whole lot of effort to grow and raise our own food. So it is probably about I would say by the sun it's probably about 5 o'clock right now, and we are just getting to where we can pick up the camera and kind of do this daily vlog. So we just had a really busy day today, and I had to run into work today instead of working from home, so you know, a little bit later start on the day. Now, there is a ton that really needs to get done around here, and it's gonna get down to freezing tonight, but tomorrow starts to warm up a little bit, and we're gonna roll into a really nice weekend. So I'm hoping over the next couple of days, as we're doing these daily videos, I can get a lot of good footage of kind of what we're working on around here. And you know, just as an idea, you know, I still have a lot of the garden to clean out from this past year. That includes the corn bed, which I will probably work on tonight. I gotta get all the loofah stuff taken down, do something with the loofah, and get a lot of these garden beds weeded and get the marigolds out, and you get the idea. So in addition to that, we got a strawberry patch that is 16 by 36, give or take, and I need to get some hay down on that for the winter at some point as well. So I think for tonight I'm gonna start with getting the corn bed taken down and cut, and I'm gonna feed a lot of that to the cows to see what they'll eat, and then I want to mark out where we're going to put the garden beds for next year, because I want to do them just a little bit different. So I'm gonna get this put down and get something out to cut down these corn stalks with, and then yeah, we'll get the mower out and clean it up. I'm gonna hope that the wind doesn't blow my camera over. If it does, I'll run back over and stand it up. But I bought these pruners to do some work on some of the pine trees over the summer, and I never really got around to doing it. And I think these are gonna make short work of this corn that I got going out here. So we're gonna give those a try and see if I can take these stalks down, and then probably take a string trimmer to the rest of it and rake it all up and give it all to the cows. So no better time than the present. But I think the other thing is I don't have to bend over as far. still have the raised rows from where I put the corn in. So I used the string trimmer and that got most of it. There's still a good bit of grass in there, and that's okay because it'll die off, or it'll get wound up, you know, chewed up with the tiller when I take that back through there, because I'll have to level those rows out. So that's going to do for now, and that opens up me to be able to mark this off for whatever we're going to use for gardens next year. The other thing I need to get done though is these birdhouses have got to go. I love the birdhouses, and you know, they've been here since we moved in, but we've got our main flock right up here now closer to the house, and with bird flu and, you know, just all the possibilities, I don't really want to encourage bird nesting right around our flock. So I'm going to take these down, plus when I put in the beds in here, this is specifically, this one's going to be in the way of the garden beds. So now I'm going to guess this is probably anchored in with quite a bit of concrete, and I have no idea how far this is going to go in the ground. So it could be quite comical with me trying to get this out of here, but I know from when I took the old fence out, they spared no expense in ladling in the concrete to hold it up. So I can only imagine there's going to be quite a bit of concrete when I dig down on this. And I hope I'm wrong, but I'm not willing to take that bet. So with that, I guess I am just going to start wide and see what I can do to get it out of here. I'm already hitting something there.
Forget about signs and rules, oh, the pavement and the long, long roads, yeah. And you're always in such a rush, with your life playing from the stereo, oh. But all alone, and you're always staring at your phone. You need another great relief, we all need a turning leaf. Oh baby, this time will be gone forever, never in a lifetime will you see us back here again. So come before it's too late, hurry now cause I can't wait. Let's put on our anthem, we'll be singing all night long, all night long. Oh, 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 yeah. Too many fishes in the stream, down the boulevard of broken dreams. So we make a little change in pace, a minor shift of time and space. Oh baby, this time will be gone forever, never in a lifetime will you see us back here again. So come before it's too late, hurry now cause I can't wait. Let's put on our anthem, we'll be singing all night long. Oh baby, this time.
All right, so I'm gonna mark this ground for where we're gonna put the garden beds, the in-ground beds next year. And our goal, double, triple, you know, whatever we can do from what we did last year. You think back to what we had, we did the one trellised area, which was intended for blackberries, and we put peppers, and tomatoes, mainly tomatoes on the one with the blackberries, and then on the other one that was the raspberries, that was mostly peppers with a few tomatoes at the end, and we just kind of ground staked those. And then in these raised beds on the other side of me back here, that is where we did just some miscellaneous cherry tomatoes and Roma and, You know, that's where we tried to grow our green beans, and we weren't really successful because we didn't have anything in the way of a trellis or anything for them to grow on. So this coming year, I want to spend time really growing over here. Now, there are two issues I have to really watch out for, and the first one is electricity. So the barn gets fed from the meter up at the house, and so there are underground electric lines, both 110 and 240, and somewhere in there is a water line as well. Now, I'm not as worried about the water line, because to keep that from freezing, it should be in our area at least 36 inches deep, and I won't really go more than, you know, a foot deep at the maximum as I'm trying to broad fork or till or whatever it is I do with this specific area. The electric, on the other hand, I don't have the confidence that it's as deep, and from when we had it sourced to find it, the guy seemed to think it might be about 24 inches deep instead of down around 36 inches deep. So, you know, I run more of a risk with erosion in spots as I dig to hitting that electric. So I'm going to just steer clear of where we actually mapped that out last year and build my in-ground beds around that, and then if I can find the raw material, I may build some more above ground beds over top of where that electric and water line is, and that would be perfectly safe. So the first thing is to get this marked out, watching for electrical and of course the water. The second thing is water drainage from rain. So putting the corn bed over there was okay, and it didn't do bad with the water because the water was able to run downhill. And so literally everything from this side of the property just cascades down behind me here and will run that direction. Well, I'm going to put my runs in probably north-south instead of east-west, just simply because I think I can get longer rows of more variety if I do that, versus trying to flip them, you know, east-west, and then I've got some, you know, half rows of this or half rows of that, or I can't space them as far apart as what I would like when I go to actually plant them. I will do the hardiest plants up on this side. That's the plan, because the wind blows very hard from the southwest here, and I want to make sure that those items take the brunt of it and have plenty of support. So those will either be trellised items, or those might be tomatoes that are on a climbing, kind of a climbing vine, climbing rope, string, whatever it is you want to call it. I'm thinking about trying that climbing idea this year instead of staking or using a trellis. So when I put this in, electric and the way the water will drain will make a big difference. Now, once I add amendments to the soil, I should have enough to be able to mound and let water run off and not really have any major issues. But I want to leave plenty of room on both the ends, the north and south ends, to make sure the water actually has a channel to kind of run away and not take my garden with it as it goes. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and start staking some of this, and that is probably all I will get done tonight. I already switched the battery, so I know that won't die on you, but we are going to lose daylight here very soon. My watch is dead, so I can't tell you what time it is, but based on sunset, I would say we're probably looking at closer to going on 7 o'clock right now. So with that said, I'm going to get this done, but before I do, I want to tell you a joke that I heard this morning at Luke's speech therapy class, just because it's Halloween and I think we should all have a little bit of fun. And it basically goes, how do you mend a broken pumpkin? And the answer is with a pumpkin patch. So hopefully you found that funny. Thumbs up if you did. I'm off to do my, well, I can't say day job, my night job, and I'll leave the comedy by the wayside for a little bit. So I'm going to get to it. that was exactly the length of the tape. So I got 25 feet plus 20. So I've actually got 45 going this way and 40 going the other way. It's getting dark, so I probably won't get the other corner measured out tonight. But I'm gonna leave these stakes in the ground so I at least know where I'm at. With that said, thank you for joining us today. Should see more of Noelle tomorrow. It was just kind of a crazy busy day today, and we just didn't make the video cut. So we appreciate you watching. Stay tuned for more day in the life. Stay tuned for more videos coming at you every day on what we're doing to get ourselves ready for 2023. We appreciate you being here. If you like what you saw, make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see y'all on tomorrow's Blue Jay Acres. Bye, all.